this is like a criminal. Everybody know me, they say that she go. Lipstick liner, lashes for celebrities. And if she looking good, then you say she be. Oh, you think you know me? Probably Instagram. Reposting my picture saying you're a fan. No need for a filter cause my beat is ill. Have you looking good? Man, if looks could kill.
Hey guys, Tatiana Ward here. Thank you so much for joining me. In my last video, I told you guys about my Beat box. It is a monthly subscription box from a company called Onyx. I teamed up with them to put together a box. I have a video that I just posted about that, but I did use 2 of the products in this box for this look. Purples are just like my go-to color. If somebody says that they want color and I'm not sure what color to put on them or they're not specific, I'm always gonna go with purple because literally looks good on every single skin complexion. So it's a smoky kind of eye. Paired it with a nude lip because it was already kind of dramatic as it was. Obviously, you could go with a dark lip if you wanted to, but that's up to you. So if you care to learn how I achieve the look, then I hope you'll stay tuned. Okay guys, let's go ahead and prime our lid with Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. This is a palette that comes in my Beat box. It's by a company called Doucce. And this color I've grown to really like as a transitional color. I'm putting that on with my MAC E40, blending it all the way into the eye and almost going right up against my brow. I'm going to take this palette from Kiko and use our darkest purple. Taking a much smaller brush, I am putting that on right up against my crease and carrying it inward. And I'm using a MAC 221 for that. I'm going to pick up my first brush. I'm not adding anything to it, but just kind of merging the 2 together using whatever's left on this brush, assuming that there is still some product on there. And if I deemed that I needed to make that brownish color a little bit more noticeable, then I would add to it, but I don't feel like I do. I feel like what was left on here was enough. I'm going to go into my absolute favorite black from Urban Decay, and I'm putting that right on the tail end with that same brush, smoking out my end. Not carrying that black all the way in. I want the bulk of my color and I want it to be super black on the tail end, but not going all the way in. So that dark purple that we put on was enough depth. And for my lid, I'm going to use this shimmery kind of plummy color. Also from that Doucce palette. I don't even know if I'm actually saying that right. Doucce, or you know what I mean. It's a beautiful color. Now I can take my Precisely Mine brow pencil. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw the other day that I tweeted Benefit, who makes this brow pencil, and I was like, if you guys want to send me some of these, I wouldn't be mad. Bless their little hearts, they hit me right back and were like, yeah, what's your address? I was like, yes! It's seriously perfect and just light enough for the inner part of my brow, and then I switch over on the tail end to Spiked from MAC, where I want it to be darker, just on the outside. And taking an E65 brush from Sigma, I'm going to start at the second portion of my brow, clean up my edge, and also simultaneously create a highlight. I used my MAC Studio Finish Concealer to do that. You see how we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. We both cleaned up the edge of the eyebrow and also highlighted and made it appear almost as if it's part of the eyeshadow look. I want to go into this light color, also in my Kiko palette, and I'm going to use that as a highlight. That highlight doesn't go all the way in the same way that our concealer doesn't go all the way in. It's just for the arch of the brow. Take my finger and just start to blend it out. And I want to take that first brush and that first color, again, not adding anything to it, just assuming that there's already enough on the brush and merging the 2 together. Now I can say, okay, let me add a little bit more because the color payoff wasn't there. But I'm always going to assume that I have enough on my brush before I just start adding to it, and then I've added too much. And I want to make sure that both sides are adding up. So I'm going to take the color that we put on our lid right here, and I'm putting that under the eye. Now I still have to put my concealer on and everything, but I just want to make sure that my overall look is balancing out. Going into my dark purple, I'm going to merge it into that dark area. And now I can see it coming together. Now I can see, okay, both sides are looking pretty even to me. And I could take a smidge of that black and just add it right onto the tail end. Anything under the eye that I might not want there, I'm gonna swoop it up. This creates my shape for me. And I can use my MAC Studio Finish to begin to conceal under my eye. This is like one of those products that I've never strayed from. I'm always using MAC's concealer. It is NW35. And in case you don't know, that's what it looks like. Me and most women of color tend to be dark around the lip. Beyond your mustache, it's just naturally a darker skin there. Center of my forehead. I'm using a concealer brush from MAC to do this. Put a little dab of it on my chin. You see how putting that highlight under the eye instantly made the eyeshadow just pop. I say it all the time. Whatever you put on the eyelid, don't forget that what's going on underneath the highlight is going to make it pop. So a lot of times you're looking at what you're doing and you're like, oh my God, it doesn't balance out. It doesn't look right. It doesn't stand out enough. But you kind of got to be 10 steps ahead of yourself and remember, well, when I put down this highlight under my eye, it's going to make the contrast of it seem to pop a hell of a lot more. This is a cream foundation from Fashion Fair that I'm using to contour. If you're trying to learn about brushes, I just posted a video all about brushes and my favorite ones that I'll link in here. Now I just place my contour with this brush and then I blend it out with a beauty blender. Same with that concealer. I'm blending it out with my beauty blender. I'm gonna pick up that brush that I placed my contour with and begin merging the two, highlight and contour. I'm just gonna keep blending and keep blending. Then I'm gonna set myself with some powder and I'll be right back. Just take a darker powder as your contour because whatever you've put underneath, if you've chosen to cream contour, now you don't even have to really cream contour if you don't want to. That makes for a much more subtle look. If I were to just put my foundation on, highlight a little, and then set the face and then go in and just use a powder contour, that's something that you could do. That's definitely an option. But I cream contoured underneath, and then once I set the face, I have to reinforce my color because a translucent powder can make you washed out a little bit. So set the face with the translucent, then go over those areas that I cream contoured with a little powder. Just want to touch up my brow a little bit since I've gotten some powder in there. Hanging around, nothing left to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always bring me down. I have no idea why I just started singing that. None. Who doesn't love a little Karen Carpenter, you know?
Don't be discouraged.
That was so funny. This mirror that I have talks. And why were we talking about Karen Carpenter? And it just said, don't be discouraged. That's its whole thing, is it says don't be discouraged all the time. But it's not like a self-help mirror. Anyway, never mind. I'm not even going to explain to you why my mirror talks right now. Never mind. I'm going to use MAC's Eternal Sun as a blush. Also, in my Beat box from Onyx box this month is this eyeliner that I actually happen to like quite a bit because it rolls off super friggin' easy. The outside of my eye. And I'm going to smudge that out some. And I love this pencil because it's smudgeable. And I want to take it and get right like on the inside of my eye. Just so that my lash has something to blend into. Okay, and I accidentally, well not accidentally, I mean I guess I knew that it was coming, but I got rid of some of my eyeshadow underneath. So I'm just going to reinforce those colors. That purple that we put on our lid from the Doucce palette. My dark purple from the Kiko palette. And I am going to add a little bit of black. I am going to take Old Faithful. Number 43, they're my favorite. Oh, for real. What the f? What did French Montana say? Don't panic. A little friction will get your hair glue right off. You tried it, devil. But guess what? We had the victory. You showed that lash who's boss. I expect I won't have any problems with you. When you play me, you play yourself. A little mascara. a tip is to use the tip of the brush. That has the most product on it. I think I'm going to take our very first color, this one right here, right in here, just for a little drama, honey. Get into that. But y'all know I don't really like color like that on my lips, so I'm using this stuff, which basically looks clear, but I like it because it's kind of minty. It's from Doucce Cosmetics. My sister actually sells this stuff. The color is Mint Sugar Plum. Do you love it? Just pull my hair back so you guys can really get into it without any distractions. There will be a link in this video where you guys can go check out the Beat box and also see what else is in the box. You know, the 2 products that I mentioned from the box are not it. I really hope you guys like the look. There will be a detailed list down below of the products that I used. And I will see you right back here real soon. Thanks. Bye.